Zelenskyy. Trip to U.S. delivered good results.
Here's a summary of the article.
A brief wartime trip to the United States delivered good results, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy told his nation in a nightly video address on Thursday. "We are returning from Washington with good results, with things that will really help," Zelenskyy said on a video posted to his Telegram account and linked to YouTube. Zelenskyy visited the United States on Wednesday, meeting privately with Biden and later addressing a joint meeting of Congress. During his visit, Biden announced a new $1.8 billion military aid package for Ukraine that included a Patriot missile battery, one of the most powerful weapons to be delivered to Kyiv yet. This strongly suggests that it is not the U.S., but other influential NATO states, that are not convinced of the need to support Ukraine even more intensively, Polish historian Łukasz Adamski of the Mieroszewski Center in Warsaw told VOA. However, Russian President Vladimir Putin said Zelenskyy's trip only fueled the conflict. On his return from Washington, Zelenskyy stopped in Rzeszów, Poland, on Thursday and met with Polish President Andrzej Duda. Despite Putin's assessment that the U.S. delivery of a Patriot missile battery would extend the conflict, he said Russia was ready for talks with Ukraine on ending the conflict.
This post received a score of 5,300, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Well, it pissed Russia off, so I count that as a win.
I think in the future if a proposed second visit was even suggested it would really get them huffing and puffing.
Hell, they might even invade if it comes to that. With all the kids and old people they have left.
Red Dawn time. Why no one is talking about what Biden said at the end to question why we don't just give Ukraine all it needs.
Yeah, Biden's response doesn't sound especially promising LRM-wise.
NATO is providing Ukraine with the tools to throw the Russians out of its occupied territories, not to dismantle Russia completely. The tune may change if Ukraine recaptures all of her territories and the Russians stall any peace talks. Any attacks inside Russia has to be done by Ukrainian saboteurs, because missile strikes within Russia would be crossing one line too many for NATO. It's a lot of risk for potentially little gain, relatively. We want to nudge the lines, blur them out a bit before crossing any.
Greater than NATO is providing Ukraine with the tools to throw the Russians out of its occupied territories, not to dismantle Russia completely. This right here is all that really matters. The goal is to make Ukraine whole again. There's no reason to aim beyond that. All it'll do is further escalate tensions. One counterpoint to consider. Ukraine isn't asking for the ability to use these weapons in Russia. They've given guarantees they won't, and frankly doing so would jeopardize their support and future relationship with its current partners. They're asking for the ability to use these weapons within Ukraine. Russia has made adjustments to its logistics based on Ukraine's current GMLRS munitions. Ukraine is asking for the ability to push them further back with longer-range munitions. I understand that, and I agree with it. I'm just trying to reinforce the initial point for those that don't understand or agree with it. That using those types of weapons is a precarious matter.
The speech was pretty much a thank you speech.
He low-key asked for fighter jets and Abrams tanks in his speech too.
Mostly because it rattled Papa Putin. Well done. The right is in shambles and all they can attack him on is that he didn't wear a suit, and a Photoshop image of Biden touching his ass.
If Ukraine was on the fence before, now they'll certainly join NATO when this is all over. If NATO won't let them join, then at a minimum, they'll become one of the US's strongest allies. Japan or the UK. The best part is that they probably won't even need direct help in terms of troops. It could even mean a secure, reliable source of grain and oil for the West.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.